I've read this, and it could be maybe somebody just reported it was a lie at one point in time that you didn't want kids. Where are you on kids now?
I don't want them.
You don't?
No, and I'm still there. I'm 47. I don't have them.
On one hand, he's an incredibly selfish tool. Hey guys, welcome back to Modern Church. In this video, we react to John Cena's decision to not have kids and whether he's selfish for taking that decision or maybe it's the wise decision. We discuss the benefits of having kids and we discuss potentially whether you should have kids or not.
And it could be maybe somebody just reported it was a lie at one point in time that you didn't want kids. Where are you on kids now?
I don't want them.
You don't?
No, and I'm still there. I'm 47. I don't have them.
What an interesting decision by John Cena here. On one hand, he's an incredibly selfish tool, and on the other hand, he may have a point. He may be right given his circumstances. We'll go more into depth as he lays out the case, but on face value, his reasons are weak, in my opinion, and it leads me to believe that that's why he's a bit selfish in his decision to not have kids.
You don't want a little Johnny?
So
Or Joanna?
that's great, and that's usually what everyone says. And I got to tell you, it's not the easiest out there because a lot of why we're here is to reproduce. I have a certain curiosity about life, and I also know the investment that it takes. And my biggest fear is, as someone who's driven, many times stubborn and selfish, I try to approach the world with kindness and curiosity, but I don't think I'm personally ready, nor will I ever be, to invest the time it needs to be a great parent.
So you see how he positions it quite well, and I think it's because he's had a long time to think about it. But to say you have a curiosity about the world and then not want to partake in perhaps the greatest mystery and the greatest curiosity in having kids, and he lays it at the altar of he's driven, he's ambitious, he's selfish, and stubborn. So basically what he's saying is that his own personal goals and desires outweigh the benefits or the need to have kids. And I think it's incredibly sad, actually, because John Cena is someone who has accomplished many, many things. He is extremely wealthy, and he could provide a life for his kids that would be quite beautiful and full of wonder. And instead, he's choosing his own ego and his own goals, and he's forsaking the beauty and wonder that it would be to have kids. And on the other hand, it's quite interesting to see that he knows the investment that it would take, and he was not ready for it. So in that sense, it's wise. It's actually a wise decision to not have kids because he knows he wouldn't be able to step up to the plate in that regard. But I think that's just pure cowardice, in my opinion, because he has all the tools and he has all the money and he has all the time to be able to invest into kids. He's achieved so much, and yet he still feels like there's so much more to do. He definitely could be the guy. He could be the dad that is able to spend a lot of time with his kids. And personally, this to me just screams cowardice. He's just too scared to have kids. He's too scared to give up his career. He's too scared to give up his fame, even though he's achieved so much. It's incredibly sad.
I want to live life for all it is, and I still have a lot to do, and I still want to do a lot. I have a wonderful partner I do it with. We've had open conversations about this. We share the same values. It's a tough subject to talk about because it immediately puts you in a category, and we can't help but judge. People are human nature. We're all judgmental. I'd like to believe that I operate under the construct that everyone's okay living their life, and I can tell you this is not like a knee-jerk reaction. I've thought long and hard about this. Even as my youngest ages, like 15, 16, I remember thinking about it. My opinions only hit that gray area during emotionally difficult times.
He touches on a very important internal conflict there, that he only maybe considers kids when he's going through emotional strife. I think that there is the most telling signal that the universe, your soul, your intuition, God, whatever you want to call it, could give you. What that is telling you is, in those moments where you are emotionally conflicted and you don't know which way to go, you don't know which way to turn, it's showing you that kids could be the antidote to that chaos. Kids could fill that emotional void that you're feeling. It's an internal beacon, if you would. It's summoning you to create something bigger than yourself. It's calling you to the adventure of your lifetime. Kids are so beautiful and they're so wonderful and they change your life in the most unexpected ways, but it is such an adventure. And I'm obviously pro kids, if you can't hear, and I encourage everyone to, if you've got the right partner and you've got the right life set up, you don't need to be a multi-millionaire. Don't listen to what anyone tells you on that front. I believe you should have kids. They are a gift in every sense of the word. And while he has thought about it, you can hear how he's articulating his points, and it's obviously a conversation he's had for many years. I remember my wife watching the Bella's show or whatever, and that was the wedge that drove him, and I can't remember the name, one of the Bellas. Tell me in the comments. I'm sure some of you know. That's the thing that drove them apart. It was his, he didn't want kids, and that's fair enough. I don't think you should be forced to have kids, but I think it is the best decision a healthy couple could make. And again, it just feels like there's something else at play here. He's being called to have kids. His own intuition is telling him to. And his logical mind, his ego, is overriding that internal voice. But
I'm very happy with where I stand. I have a lot of joy and fulfillment in my life. And that's pretty much where I stand on that.
Was that a difficult conversation to have with your wife?
No, it was actually, I learned from every scenario.
Okay.
And I've learned from my past.
Yeah, because you had a reality show, right?
I did.
And it would play. Oh man.
So that no. Again, I don't regret that.
Okay.
I look back on that fondly because it really showed me who I was.
Oh, okay.
So when I begin, I got knocked off the bike. That's okay. I love love. Time to get back up and go find it again.
Mm-hmm.
And in that due process, I open with the uncomfortable conversations. So those were like first and second date questions with my now wife.
Yeah.
And it was.
so as much as I want to give him a hard time here, there's a great piece of advice in there for those of you who are still trying to find your one, is have the difficult conversations right at the beginning. I remember my wife and I, it was one of the first conversations we had was, where do we see ourselves? What does life look like? Do you want kids? Because those are really big questions. And if you aren't on the same page at the beginning, what's the point in pursuing the relationship and falling in love with one another when you are destined to fail? You are heading for a collision course unless one of you bends and one of you breaks, which is not ideal. So that's actually great advice. I really can't fault him there at all. Have those difficult conversations right at the beginning. Well done, John. Well done.
We both got to lean into these uncomfortable moments and address this stuff. And now we've actually built a foundation where whenever one of us is feeling bothered,
Right.
nothing's off the table.
Right.
So we, of course, nobody's perfect. We have our disagreements, but we handle them right then and there. And nothing is too uncomfortable to be unapproachable. And that's like starting off with a conversation about, hey, where do you see family life? And what is the definition of our family? And what brings you joy? And is this a bucket that you need to fill? Those conversations have helped me, at least personally, and her, forge a path together as a team.
You show up and like, this about to be the shortest date in the world. Where are you on?
So,
Let me know what you think about the future and about having kids. Personally, I think kids are extremely worth it. They are, of course, challenging, but the pros far outweigh the negatives. And this isn't just me looking at it with rose-tinted goggles. I've been through the depths of parenting, and I've been to the tippity top too. And it is a phenomenal experience, especially if you've got a wonderful partner to experience it with. I believe it's a gift, and I believe it's incredibly fulfilling. I believe that it's one of the best things that you could do. And given the state of the world with declining birth rates across the world, not only is it your duty, but it's not a duty that should be taken lightly. I believe it should be thought about and it should be considered. And if you need a nudge, let this be the nudge. I believe everybody can benefit from having kids. And what a beauty and what a blessing. It truly makes life an adventure. If you agree, let me know. Quite I guess a controversial topic. Some people don't think you should dictate to others what they should do in terms of having kids. But yeah, like I said in the previous video, yeah, I think it is one of the best things to do, and I believe in sharing our lived experiences here, and I believe in, you know, telling the truth and telling my truth at least, and trying to make the world a better place, I guess. And kids are a good way to do that. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe below. And if you want to see what the channel is all about and what it is that I aim to achieve with it, please watch this video over here. Or is it over here? Over there. Thanks again.